I know what you're talking about. Drive safe. What do you think? You're the big Godzilla fan. You agree with that?
Yeah, that's how King Kong becomes the good guy, because supposedly they got him out of from Skull Island, and on Skull Island he opens a door to another world. It's got a lot of catches right there. Okay.
Don't spoiler alert.
You hadn't seen it yet.
They fought before. But King Kong's got a special weapon to fight this guy, which actually is gonna fight like a Terminator. Okay, and I'm gonna stop right there.
All right. You know what? You've said enough. Now I don't even need to watch it, to be honest with you.
Whoa, I can't. I am drawn even deeper into the story.
I think what happens, I think King Kong has a twin, and I think they go Wonder Twin powers in this thing. Activate.
Team, they tag.
Form of water. Then it throws the water at Godzilla, and it doesn't work anymore. I think we figured that out. Hey, drive safe. It's Phrase It Pays time. What do we got for us?
While driving in the city, have some pity.
One more time.
While driving in the city, have some pity.
All right, and drive safe. What's that mean to you, my friend?
What that means to me is... have some pity. Have some pity, fool. Go in there.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool that drives it. I pity the fool that drives on I-35 downtown Dallas. I pity the fool.
It means we want to change our habits when we go into the city. We want to change our habits when we get into the city. We want to do the right thing. We want to make sure that we take care of the people around us, right? That we take care of every single person that's there, and we do that by what? Slowing down, right?
Yep.
So when you get into the city, take care of those people. Make sure that they matter to you. Have some pity for them and slow down.
I had this absolutely awesome Pity the Fool. And just not the best segue, but it's time for Buckle Up, Bob.
Hey, Bob. It's a great segue for Bob.
Here comes Buckle Up, Bob. And Buckle Up, I walked in today and I heard you and Drive Safe Dave talking about some rock bands going on up in the Northeast. We got some concerts going on up in the Northeast.
Yeah, we do have some bands going.
Snowfall Band and somebody else.
Is that a band?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Ice Rock Band.
Makeup.
Oh, Ice Rock Band. We got Ice Rock Band.
All right. Well, buckle up, man. A windy weekend, snowy weekend. How's it shaping up for Monday?
It is not good up in the Northeast. Again, anything. I talked to Rebecca today. She has her fleet shut down, but Massachusetts just announced that they're going to put a ban as of 10 a.m. So she's in the process of, she has a couple out that she's trying to get shut down right now. So they're going to, and they'll be shut down tomorrow. They're expecting 16 to 18 inches up there, and Northeast Pennsylvania expecting 20.
Hey, so when Buckle Up Bob's talking about this, drivers, first of all, if you're going that area, listen, we got some bad weather in that whole entire area. We're going to talk about that. Hey, but our CSRs as well. It's important to realize that, hey, not every customer knows that bad weather is going on up in the Northeast. You know,
correct.
If they're down in Florida, if that's where they're
LA.
Yes, they're not, they don't see the weather. They don't know that. Don't assume they know. Hey, pick the phone up, send an email, make sure that they're aware that our trucks are shutting down up there. That could be FedEx, that could be anybody. Make sure they're aware of it because they don't look at the weather like we do.
No.
They don't have geofences.
No.
They don't have bans. They don't know about that.
I talked to Matt and his group, let them know as well this morning, and the planners as well. So everybody should be aware of it. We got the geofence is set up to warn the drivers. Right now, basically the eastern half of Pennsylvania from just west of Carlisle has bans for empty trailers in Pennsylvania. They can't be on the highways. And then again, complete commercial motor vehicle bans in New Jersey, southern New York, and on into Connecticut, and now Massachusetts here in about an hour or so will also have restrictions on there. And Rebecca said they're already going to be shut down tomorrow because of the
Yeah, so 81, which we travel a lot,
Yes, we do.
up into Carlisle, is no empties. At 78, running across on the turnpike, and 76, no empties. So we just need to be sure that we are aware once you get to that Carlisle area, that 81 marker just west of that is actually the point at which the restrictions take place.
Yes, exactly.
So silly question maybe, but does the beetle or butterfly, whatever does it live through this?
Apparently it does, because it's been going on since 2017.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this freeze, what is that? It's called what's the name of that beetle?
Spotted butterfly.
Spotted butterfly.
Spotted lantern. Yeah.
It's hard to believe that thing can live through this right here.
Yeah. Well,
What burrows in the tree, right?
No,
That burrows in trailers.
It puts a sack on the outside of the tree. It doesn't burrow in.
Oh, okay. Protective sack.
But yeah, it like I said, it can only help. They just that we haven't had a really bad hard freeze.
I agree with you.
So yeah, it usually helps with all the insects. So hopefully this will give them a chance. I know I talked to my daughter who lives up in the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. They've had under 25-degree weather for the last 7 days because they've been ice fishing and everything else up there. So
Harvey Shaw just let us know that the Pennsylvania Turnpike from Breezewood further east has a 45-mile-per-hour speed ban and right lane only as well.
Yeah, usually only right
so
lane.
They're now extending it out a little bit further west into Breezewood, right? Breezewood's west of Carlisle.
Yeah, so right hand only, 45 miles an hour maximum speed, and no empties. That means that you don't grab an empty and shoot over to your next spot. That's what that means.
Yeah.
You just
Stay
can't
put.
do it. Yeah, stay put.
And again, great job over the weekend with our wind and stuff. Again, knock on wood, no issues at all. And again, Sir Rick, we have some more celebration to do, I guess, if you will. Our numbers dropped again. I mean, just phenomenal job by each and every one of you out there. It just great. You at some point it has to slow down. You think, because as you get closer, but when I got in today, it still took a significant drop. And what it did was, I started putting, because we'll wipe some of these out, but our highest point was 6,200 events, with 1,863 of them being over 70. And here, 1 month later, we are at 2,778, our first time under 3,000 total events. And we dropped to 500 over 70 miles an hour. That's a tremendous job, everybody. Keep focusing on what you're doing. Even the videos, I'm seeing now that the speed is down when we make the passing. It's not that quick. It's just you can start to see it, the culture change and the driving habits. And just want to thank each and every driver out there. Great job. We've also set a record, 31 days. Get out and look. It's our new record. So again, great job, everybody. And we are at 2 days. We had that one on Friday, but again, great job, everyone. We just need to keep going.
All right. Hey, thank you, Buckle Up, Bob. And it is time for
Gotcha.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
What's going on, Miss Christie? You doing okay today on this fine Monday?
I am. Thank you. I'm doing very well.
February 1st. What have you got for us?
Isn't that crazy already? Already a month into 2021. That flew by. I just want to remind everybody or actually company drivers and office employees, your W-2s are in Paycom. So if you're getting ready to do those taxes, you need that W-2, please log into Paycom. You will go to payroll, year-end tax forms. There's a little eyeball, click on it. It will download to your phone. Or if you're on your computer, you can email it to yourself, and that way you have that document right in your phone all the time, and you can pull it up whenever you need to. And with that, we have one birthday today for Brian Weaver. Happy birthday.
All right, Weave.
All right. Birthday, Weaver.
Happy birthday, Brian.
And other than that, keep wearing those masks. It does help a little bit in the cold, keep your face a little bit warm, but also protects hopefully against COVID, helps you, stop spreading those germs everywhere. Keep washing your hands and use that antibacterial. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Christie. Hey, Miss Christie, did you ever, how long have you been here now, Christie?
About a year and a half.
So in that year and a half, has Drive Safe Dave ever came close to stealing your heart?
Well, I guess maybe.
Oh, that was close.
I hesitated.
I think I'll take close, Christy.
She was
I'll
sending
take.
him an email saying, "Hey, you owe me one."
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Christy. Yeah, we'll take close every time.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. It is true. He is definitely a heart stealer.
I just had to come clean about stealing things. Remember we were talking about it and just had to come clean. All right, so going back to being clean, the roads aren't clean up in the north. They're not clean, and anytime we talk about adverse weather conditions, I want to talk about slowing down. I want to talk about giving that space, that extra space. Those trucks won't stop. Those trailers won't stop. They'll kick out left or right of you. You don't want to see those trailers growing in that mirror to the left or that mirror to the right. You never want to see that happening if you're not making a turn. I mean, it is a scary feeling. You want to make sure that you give plenty of space. Hey, if you're running anywhere, that snow dropped all over the country. It dropped from Chicago all the way to PA. All right, on Sunday. So if you're in Indiana, if you're in Ohio, if you're in Illinois, if you're in any of these places, and in a northern part of Kentucky, up near Louisville, make sure that you're aware that those conditions will not change. I mean, they may have cleared the roads, they may be a little bit better, but those adverse conditions are still applicable no matter where you are. You've got to have your mindset right when you're going out there. You got to make sure that when you hit those underpasses and those overpasses, that you've got to realize that they stay ambient. Those temperatures are ambient, and you've got to make sure that surface is clear and ready. Be prepared, and the most important thing you can do when you're around, though, is make sure you give plenty of space in front of you. So if you have to slow down or if you have to come to a stop, you have plenty of room, because it is really, really, we don't want you slamming on the brakes in those bad conditions. And we face it every year. We as a team, we understand it. We know it happens, but just be prepared, right? We just want you to have it today as you're out there fighting that today. We want to make sure that you understand that you have to slow down just a little bit. It's okay if everybody's passing you. It's okay if everybody's moving away from you. That's what you want today. That's what you need today when you're out there on the road in these road conditions, because those matter today. You're going to see them anywhere from Northern Virginia. You're going to see them West Virginia. You're going to see them in Northern Kentucky. You're going to see them in Ohio, in Illinois, and you're going to see them everywhere. Yes, who you got?
So, somewhat off topic here, but Justin Hayes was wondering if we could get kind of like a synopsis of the Friday meeting, as they were unable to attend it. If Rick wanted to comment on anything that was coming up in the kind of 2021 year, any of the changes that were happening.
Yeah, and maybe did we record that where we can just put it out there? No, okay. Hey, so lots of changes coming up. If you missed the meeting on Friday, I guess that's when it was. We have some changes. We have Matt McCoy that starts tomorrow. Matt McCoy is going to be taking over executive VP of operations, which means that he's running the entire. He's accountable for the operations, both in trucking and brokerage, and also on that recruiting and maintenance side, the operations. He, in essence, has taken Brian Brzezowski's position. We have David Schumann that has taken over our entire CSR team. So he's going to be in charge of all of the loads that are in the system, make sure we get the freight in, the appointments, dealing with our customers, EDI. A lot of that IT is going to fall underneath David Schumann as well. All the IT, I should say, is going to fall under David Schumann. That's a big deal because it allows us to take now Dylan, who was in charge of that, and move him into our inside sales. And it's exciting because the first time, not only do we have two executives out there that are two of the best salesmen out there, we now have an inside sales team that's going to grow our business. So it's important that we at BCB Transport continue to grow the right way, continue to add new customers, new freight, new opportunities, not only for you, our trucking side, but for our brokerage side of the business as well. And then Brian Brzezowski will be on 3/1, March 1st, coming up, taking over as president of the company. He will take BCB Transport, lead our company for the next, 10, 15 years, whatever that is. So it's exciting times for us as a company. I'm going to kind of move over to the side a little bit, and what I'm going to focus on is giving our folks the information they need to be successful, showing them what we can do better for you, our drivers, the numbers that we're doing today on trucking brokerage, keeping safety underneath us to make sure that we're focusing on safety, getting better, putting better products, putting a better product from our audio visual side, to the shows that we do, getting better on that as far as reaching out to you and making sure the information we have is relevant and that we're making changes accordingly. I'm going to move more into that finance side of the business and work with our, Monica, our CFO, and Dalen, to make sure that we are getting the best prices we can, that we're taking our book of business, going to the bank or banks and making sure we are not overpaying for items, that we're attacking our debt the right way, that we are attacking revenue the right way. So we're going to go over little things like that we are going to have to make improvements on. And that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to give that data over to Mr. Brzezowski, who's going to use his teammates to go out there and attack the business, to make sure that we are attacking the business the right way, making business decisions that's taking care of you and taking care of the company. Again, This year is by intention the year that we are supposed to be, or we're going to be the very best we've ever been before, which is going to require reacting to data and making decisions to take care of you and to take care of us and allow us to succeed for the future, to make it a better company for you and for us.
Yeah, great stuff.
So,
good information.
So yeah, it's without a doubt some greatness. And hey, as we talk about 2021, we end first month with freight moving better than normal. Okay, moving better than normal when it comes to 2021. Let me tell you, in January, our mileage on our asset side didn't hit our budget. Okay, didn't hit our target. And that's simply because, hey, we've lost some teams, we've lost some drivers. It's January, right? We have people that come back from vacation a little later than normal. So it does always affect January. Listen, we'll never hit our numbers in January. Nobody typically does. It's January, right? It slows down. You have weather, all the things that happen. But what we want to do for certain is make sure that we don't, we reduce our turnover. We keep our turnover at our budget of 45%. That goes back to the accountability of our driver managers to make sure that we're listening to you, making decisions that are based on what you're saying. Also, we brought up one other point, and I want to encourage each and every one of you to email bcblive@bcbtransport.com. Hey, listen, we're going to be talking to you this week. Those of you that have already emailed in, we need you to want to be a recruiter. We no longer do we want to spend money on just going out and getting a bunch of names. You are the best recruiters we have. If you have the guts, if you have the courage, if you have that desire inside of you to help grow this company internally, email us at bcblive@bcbtransport.com. Hey, we're going to talk to you. We're going to get involved with you to make sure that you know what we are, what we're selling, how we can do this together. We want you to make more money. Again, I would rather pay you than pay some advertising company that's not doing anything for us. You've got the ability, unlike anybody else, to make a difference, to allow us to grow. Listen, it's a big, big, big 2021 ahead of us. So want to make sure that you're aware of that. And I was kind of going to touch a little bit. Hey, freight is up. Rejections are kind of hanging out right where we are. So it's a year that's starting off, with opportunities like we haven't seen. Okay, we've got to and continue to grow in opportunities, adding folks to make sure that we're adding for the right reason. We're not adding, just putting a butt in the seat. We don't want that.
Right.
We want the best drivers out here, and we want to make the best decisions for you. We don't want you going somewhere else. We've got to continue to work. And as Brian said, come 3/1, we'll have a new pay package as well for our independent contractors and our company drivers. So exciting stuff, without a doubt.
Wow.
Exciting stuff with the company. No doubt about it. We have a question? Who we got?
Yeah, so the first one was from Andy, and she just wants to know, what about Scott Shapiro? And then Lonnie was asking if you could potentially outline some of what a driver can expect with the new pay package.
Yeah, we'll outline that pay package as we get a little bit closer to that. So I would say in about 2 weeks, we'll kind of get the outline for what's going to happen in March 1st. And Scott is still our operations guy. He's still the VP of operations. None of that has changed. Scott now has a new boss in Matt as opposed to Brian Brzezowski. So no changes on that, Andy. You can still call your favorite dispatcher anytime you want.
Yes, guys.
Every time I walk in there, they're talking.
Yeah,
Does Mrs. Shapiro know that?
Yeah, I know. They're on the phone all the time.
Who else we have?
Brian Winsauer, what do you have?
Mr. Winsauer, how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic, sir. Thank you. Hey, Rick, I kind of want to tell you what you did to me last week. Shelley started sending emails and messages Thursday telling us about the company-wide meeting Friday that the entire company needs to call in for some updates and announcements. And we're drivers. We're naturally going to wonder, well, gee, what's this about? Did we acquire another company? Is Dover going back on the road? Is BCB moving to Carlisle? We're going to wonder. So literally, and I swear on my children, this is a true story, about middle of the night, Thursday night, I wake up, or actually, excuse me, I'm having this dream/nightmare that I'm on the call. You're talking, and you announced that you and Brian decided to accept an offer from Swift selling us They made you an offer that you just could not refuse. And I'm here to tell you, sir, I woke up so damn mad at you and upset. It took me an hour to get back to sleep. That is a true story.
Oh, man. Well,
That rumor is not true.
that is not true.
That fake news.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That is fake news.
Yeah, fake news, and yeah, I don't think. Pretty sure Swift doesn't have a clue who we are at this point. But
I don't
But
know.
no, that's a nightmare in itself. But yeah, but you know what? If they ever did that, how much better would they be by bringing on a group
Yeah,
of us to
exactly.
teach their people the accountability, the responsibility that there is with driving that truck.
Yeah, and the safety
I mean,
aspect. Yeah.
again, you know, as
They
we
made the-
continue to grow this company,
They're looking
I
at the
want us
show.
to have that vision because you know what? I will tell you this, Brian, and I tell this to the banks is that you know at some point when we're 1,000 trucks, 1,500 trucks, somebody's going to say, man, we want them. And if that were to ever happen, you know, if we couldn't take what we are, or maybe it's the other way around, we want you.
Right.
But we're going to account on you and you and you, all of you, to be able to have this safety part embedded in your mind that you can make a difference on the life of a company that came into here. As we grow this company, whether we buy somebody out or we bring a group on, hey, listen, it's all about you. You've got to be the ones that show them how it's done, why we are different. So yeah, it's a nightmare, Mr. Winsauer, I'm going to say. It didn't happen, not true. But I like what you're dreaming because, you know, at some point when we buy somebody out, we are going to have to be the backbone, and that's you about safety. That's the scariest part about buying a company is that it takes a long time to get that safety culture that they had back into who you are. So it helps when we have folks like you, and it's important for us to, as we continue to grow, to make sure that you are preaching that safety.
Yeah, we don't want to water down what we have. We don't want to dilute. We don't want to water down. We don't want to make what we have any less important or any less what our focus and our drive is on the safety. We want to make sure that as y'all develop and create this fantastic culture out there on the road and you shine by example, you're able to carry that over to anybody that you come into contact with, because that is a positive and a fantastic way to show what you are for this industry, because that's really the goal here, is to be the shining examples in this industry, because this industry needs it.
Yes, it does. And again, that's kind of when I go and I kind of move away from what I'm doing today as president of the company, ideas like that, you know, what we're talking about here, finding creative ways to put some of that ownership, some of that and with ownership, when I comes probably a pay increase as well. That responsibility on you to lead a group of people.
Right.
We've got to. We need you out there in the field to participate even more than you are today with the company to make us the best company there is. So we're going to create some changes. We're going to do some fun things. We're going to make a difference in the lives of others on that highway. Drive safe, Dave. By our examples, we're going to change the way it's going on out there. And we need that commitment from you and you, all of us.
And, it starts there. It starts with us, and it starts with our opportunity, because once that begins and once that really, truly makes a difference, it will be seen, and it will take a little bit of time, but it'll be noticed.
Like a pandemic?
Yeah, exactly like a pandemic. It'll spread
Except
like
a
wildfire.
good pandemic.
Yes.
Is there a good pandemic? Would it be called a pandemic?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but
Anti-pandemic,
I don't know. Can it be called? I don't think you can use it.
If our culture is so good, we are the anti-pandemic.
I would think that's a. I think
Producer,
that's
he gets the answer.
So the actual definition of a pandemic is just a disease or an outbreak that is prevalent over a whole country or world. So it doesn't have to be negative necessarily. It's just something that is prevalent over a whole
disease.
country or
A
the
good
world.
disease.
Yes. Give me an example of a good disease.
Laughter. I don't know.
That's rough.
Is there a good disease though?
Let me check.
I don't know if there's.
I don't think. That'd be a tough one. I have the uncold. I mean, that's not. I'm just trying to. I have the unflu. You know, I'm unflu right now. I mean, I don't. You know, I don't know. So
yoga.
where are we going with this? I mean, is this a safe? Yeah.
Yoga. That's how I'm going with yoga because that's my wife has created a yoga room, and I'm just telling you.
Do you do yoga? You
No,
ever done yoga?
I've been challenged to do yoga. I have yet to do it, sir.
It's good
and
for
I
your
made
body.
the silly mistake. I'm just going to tell you, my daughter does it religiously. She does it every day. She goes to yoga every single day, and I made the stupid mistake of saying, "What do you do? Just go over there and stretch a lot." And she blew up like a top. She was like, "I challenge you." First of all, she does hot yoga. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, 105. They make that room 105.
You're just sitting there.
No,
Yeah, it's like
there's
it's
actually
like, you know what? It's like sitting out in the shade, just out here in the summertime. What's the difference?
yoga's actually pretty intense on your body. If you are doing it right, the whole point is to activate muscles in your body while doing it.
Well, I'm just saying it's disease.
Fake
It's
news.
good.
Have you guys done it before?
Does it? Yes. I mean, I've done my own form of yoga. I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing or not. But
That's like saying I've done my
Look
own
at this
form.
core.
That's like saying I've done my own form of alcoholism. Okay.
speaking of alcoholism, this is just out again. I think we talked a little bit about the drinking at home right now, but in the Wall Street, it's talking about the high-end alcohol, how that's really creeped up. I mean, everybody's now, not only making their own mixologist at home, but they're using the good liquor.
Oh,
the
they're
good
aficionados.
alcohol.
They're
Yes,
becoming now that you're. Hey, if I'm gonna be home, and because you can't really afford the top end when you go out, right? But if you just go buy the bottle and bring it home, that's totally different.
Hey, listen, stay safe out there. If you're in the Northeast, hey, build you a fire and stay warm, all right? Stay inside, Mr. Feast. Be safe out there. Watch out for
Absolutely.
them greasy roads. Hey, get through it, get home, get safe. Everybody stay safe and keep everybody else on the road safe with us. It's what we do at BCB. It's about safety. God bless each and every one of you.
Hey, everybody, be careful, be safe, Godspeed, and drop the mic.
Hey, can we do a
Good job, Donna. And I was hoping, you know what? I sat there and I was waiting for somebody to catch us.
What?
I would love to hear a prayer before you guys close out, please.
You know what, Donna? I wasn't going to close. I was just setting them up. And once again, they were going to close it out without a prayer. Hey, listen, folks. You know, I'm talking to Drive Safe Dave. That's you got to look out for that. All right?
I was watching the
I had
price
it written
tag.
down right here.
I was watching the price tags, making sure they weren't
We're
being.
going to pray for Dylan, right? You know, 'cause- Hey, here we go. Our dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day you've given us. Man, we are so lucky to have a group of drivers that sits there and also reminds us to say a prayer to you. Those are just some of the greatness that this company is turning into. Lord, help us be folks just like you need us to be examples that you want us to be examples that we need to be. Give us the courage to love one another, to forgive one another, and to make those difficult decisions. Thank you so much for sending your son. Keep us safe today, Lord. Be with those up in the Northeast in that, the cars and the trucks, anybody walking around, the homeless, Lord. Be with them as it's just cold up there right now and snowy and icy. Keep Mr. Feast and that group up in New Hampshire. Keep them safe and keep their family safe. Be with those that are experiencing anything with this COVID, whether it's their family or friends or themselves, Lord, to take care of them, watch over them, and give them the strength to get out of this. Thank you with everything. Thank you for all of our hearts. Give us all the wisdom to make the best decisions possible, to see the things we need to see, and to have that courage to stay safe on the highways. It's in your son's name we pray. Amen. God bless each and every one of you. 1415.